Hello, and welcome to Blunders. It's only been a couple of days, but it's felt like a week to me. And happy to be back. Happy to get started. Today we're going to keep things pretty simple. It's almost Christmas. I don't want to overload us on stress and give ourselves too much work. So today we're just going to do a wind turbine. But believe you me, I have an idea. And as soon as we get off of Christmas, I'm going to make use of this idea. So we're going to make a wind turbine today. We might artsy it up just a little bit just to get some kind of interest going. But there's something coming. So be on the lookout. So let me go ahead and pop on our music. Hopefully the sound is just about right. I think we might be done tuning our sound now. And here I am in Blender. So, wind turbine. How do you make a wind turbine? Well, luckily, I have reference images. All right. So there's the very typical Midwest farmer wind turbine. And it makes sense for what it is, but turns out we're not doing a farm. So we're going to take some creative liberty on this one. Oh, is that music? We're going to call that about perfect on the volume. There we go. Mind me. Cool. So let's get into it. Let's just start going. I got my image up and running. And we'll go. So first things first, we're going to make 2 rings. 2 toruses. They got to be pretty tiny. So let's see. Major radius. 10 is pretty huge. We'll do scaling ourselves. That's even a little bit big for me, so maybe we will just stick to the large scale. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and we really want this thing to be as high res as possible. So let's not get caught up in trying to optimize this before we've even started. We're going to go ahead and just accept however many segments we need. That looks pretty solid to me. If I shade that smooth, yeah, that looks great. You can't even tell. So we'll go ahead and add one more. This one should be... Oh, I want to say it's half, but it might be less than half. We'll take half. Half is fine. Okay. I'm going to get lost in all my different windows that I have open right now. Now, as far as this one is concerned, does that look about right? No, we'll stay the same. Same thing, we will shade it smooth. We'll go ahead and do rotations and stuff later. I think if we get too caught up in that kind of stuff, we're really gonna suffer here. And no, we're not doing that. Okay, so this is where things get very creative, very complicated. Let's make ourselves a cube. We're gonna make this cube very skinny. That seems roughly correct to me. We can always adjust as we need. And it needs to be long. All right, give me 1 sec real quick. my roommate came home, and I wanted them to know I was streaming, so I just let them know. Okay, we're back. Proportionally, this is not it. So let's do a little bit of this, a little bit of this. And we'll move her up. That looks perfect. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Cool. So I'm going to try and rotate this thing up. I'm going to try and curl it slightly. Oh, actually, no. I want it to intersect. Ooh, this is going to be a little tough. Okay. Here's how I think we're going to do this. We're thinking out loud now. Let's do this. We're going to grab this and hoping that gives us what we want. That's very weird. Why did it stretch that out? I don't love that. Okay. So we're gonna have to subdivide this thing a good number of times, it's looking like. Don't color me too pleased about this, but it is what it is. Let's do 20 seems like a good number. Yeah, 20 should be fine. If we shade that smooth, we'll do 25 just to be safe. Why not? Okay, and we'll repeat the same thing we just did last time. So we got this here, and we're gonna rotate that down. Proportional. Oh, look at it. Right? We're looking at this, that looks correct. And we're looking at this, and that one looks perfect. And it fits right through that little edge, just the way that we want it to. Not half bad. It's a little weird. Tell you what, I think we're actually going to increase the offset. And then we're going to decrease this by just the smallest possible amount. There we go. Now that is above, so there can be a clear hole between it. And that is below. Yeah, perfect. Not half bad. Okay, actually, I have a different sort of idea. We're getting a little experimental now. That's not the button I meant to click. It's this button. Let's do like 5 of these. Right? And then I'll do the same thing, but I'm going to make sure that this part sinks in. Oh, this is going to be a little experimental for me. All right. We're just giving it a shot. So I'm going to offset it once again. It was, what, 4? Whoa, not 4, 0.4. It was proportional to 17. That looks right to me. Back to where we were. Perfect. Okay, now, the part that's going to get a little weird. This is where I'm not totally sure of myself. I kind of want to grab this. This bad boy. And scooch it down and see what I can do. Yeah, that doesn't work exactly the way I want it to. How are we going to do this? How are we going to make this work? I wish there was a way that I could do proportional editing, but only on this line. Like, the obvious answer to me. Here's the obvious answer. And I don't like it. It's not a good answer in my mind. We grab this whole line, and we just turn off the end. Right? This is bad. This is not good. Unless I scale it. Oh, wait. No, that doesn't work. This is a bad idea. Just like unequivocally, this is a bad idea. Oh, and I didn't turn off the back part of it. We can get rid of the torus. Okay, now we'll move it down just enough. And if I proportional edit like 3, maybe even less than that, 2. Right, that doesn't look good. So this is where I think I have trouble. I'm not entirely sure how to do this without going fully into sculpt mode, which I don't know if this project is sculpt mode focused. Tomorrow we're going to be doing like a companion piece to this, and sculpt mode is going to be required. There's no way around it. But this one, I don't know. Kind of wanted to stay away from sculpt mode. You know, last week I was very pro sculpt mode, and I was doing all sorts of crazy stuff with it, and we were making really great meshes. But I looked up a bunch of stuff about high model or high poly versus low poly, and just a little bit worried that we might overdo it with the high poly stuff. Not that you can't decimate and bring it back down. Like, I know there's ways to fix it, but just got to be careful. Okay. Dare I say that looks pretty decent. We'll take it. We will take it. Okay. So now I got to make this thing look a little bit more fantasy, right? This is very obvious. In fact, I'll go ahead and just hit the nail on the head here. This guy, we can, first off, let's make an empty. Where are you? Empty. And then I'll grab this guy and we will do an array. It's going to be around the object, and the object is the empty. What? That's not what I thought was going to happen. I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Fit curve. Oh, I've messed this up somehow. There's like an easy way to do it, and I've already done it badly. What? Something's very weird here. What have I done wrong? I'm not sure I understand why this is happening. I mean, I guess I can do it manually if I have to. Definitely not the implication for this thing. We'll come back to it. I don't want to get stuck on this. Let's make the fin while we're here. That kind of just blew my mind. I just sort of lost myself in what was going on there. Okay. So the fin. What sort of shape are we doing for this thing? I'm very inclined towards a very particular shape. Let me try this. All right, we have this line right here. In fact, I can just take all of these lines. Oh, come on. There we go. It's probably a better way to do that, but it is what it is. If I bring them all over here and I do proportional edit. Nope, that is definitely not how we want to do it. How are we gonna do this? I'm problem solving in my head. Sorry if I'm a little quiet. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, sculpt mode would solve this so fast. But I don't want to sculpt. I like 100% don't want to sculpt this. So I'm starting to think, how else can we do this? Well, no matter what, check this. We're going to grab you and pull you back. And everything else is going to join. Oh, that looks great, actually. Yep, right about there. Maybe a root would be a little bit better. Kind of looks like a shodel or a falx. That's not a bad looking curve right there. I think sharp is our answer, and I think we lower this. Yes, I can handle that. That looks pretty good. So if I do sharp on this end, hear me out. If I do proportional sharp, theoretically it's not affecting that too much. So if I do it again, proportional sharp. Nope, we've gone too far. What if, okay, thinking out loud. What if we go the other way? It's definitely a weird shape. There's a reason people didn't make stuff in this shape way back when. Yeah, I think I'm inclined more towards this, and I'm really gonna lower this part. We're gonna get it super small. In fact, we might even want to do more of a curve. I think we can raise the Y just a little bit. And by Y, I mean Z. There we go. Wow, that is like joined already. Yeah, you know, I can work off this. I don't hate it. It's not my favorite curve in the world, but it should be fine. And if we merge it last, we can really round out this curve. Yeah, it's a pretty weird curve for sure. Yeah, let's go for it. Whatever. In fact, I think if we do something like this... This reminds me of very early modeling that I used to do. A little bit amateurish, but I think with the right intentions. If you can kind of ignore the internal grid, I don't think that's bad. Might be a little bad. All right. We've done it long enough. Let's give it a sculpt. Let's go for it. I can make this thing work. So we remeshed it. We'll go ahead and remesh a couple of times until this feels clean, and then I'll fix up the geometry. This will be a good experiment on whether I can fix geometry post sculpt or not. What on earth? Why does it do that? What is going on here? It's all kinds of messed up. I don't understand how I'm supposed to edit this when it refuses to, like, behave itself. What is all this? Why does it look like that? There we go. That should do it. Right? No, it's still long. Why is it doing this? Okay, well, I don't know if we even can sculpt it now that I'm looking at this. So we're just going to keep undoing a couple of times until we're back to this base mesh. And we'll do our best, I guess, without it. All right. You know, every time we do a Blender blunder, there is a dice roll. I don't know at what point the dice rolls, but at some point we're doing this and the dice rolls. And it's just, will this go well or not? I think we've been blessed with a lot of really nice dice rolls lately. So one bad one, it's fine. And we're going to reel it back. Like, this isn't going to be bad. There's just a lot of stuff I don't get. I don't know why the array modifier is not working the way that we normally expect. I don't even know how many times I've used the array modifier. It's like, it's never done that before. I'm going to go ahead and save while we're looking at this thing. Man, this is like missing something. There is just something wrong about this. Trying to place my hand on it. Like, what is going on here? I suppose it'd be nice if it was a little bit thicker this way. Let's try that. Here's an idea. Let's grab you. Not you. You. There you are. Let's pull you out. Let's see what we can make work with this. We're going to want sharp. No, not that sharp. What do we want? Smooth? Let's see. How are we going to do this? Oh, I'm very inclined just to start over on the fin part here. I have a vision in my mind. If I could just sit and draw it like MS Paint, we'd be in business. How do we want to do this? Let's start higher up. This is probably the way to do it. Right about there. And I want... Yeah, smooth is going to be fine. If I can get this part really straight. Here we go. Here's a thought. Get that part really straight. Hey, now we're starting to get a shape. So we're going to play a little bit of tug-of-war back and forth here until we get the shape that we want. Let's just keep going. Right about there. Now we're going to make big plays, big plays. And I'm going to lower my proportion size. And then we'll round this part off. Is it perfect? Is it the coolest thing I've ever made? No. But this is looking a little bit better to me. And I think once we get to like final results and all the polish and all that sort of stuff, I don't hate this. Just a little bit lower. Okay, I think... No, I'll keep it just like that, actually. The curve is pretty right, too. Now, I know somebody, an engineer will come in and be like, this is terrible. And that person has every right to say that. Because this is terrible. But, hey, it is what it is. Looks usable for sure. These spiky bits on the end, we're going to have to deal with those. In fact, I bet I could do it right now. Where is smooth? Where am I looking? I thought this was smooth. There it is. Let's give this a shot. There we go. Smooth this out just a little bit. Keep the curve intact. There's one spiky boy here. Actually, I think this is the main problem right here. Check this. Hey, okay. We are just kind of going. We've got it nice and rounded. It's got a nice little bit on the end here too. Could probably bring this out just a little bit. Probably even more than that. There we go. And now this part, the end of it, will feel free to grab all of this. And bring this relatively forward. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Well, we kind of salvaged a nightmare situation there. It hasn't even been that long. There we go. I think if you were to look at this as an asset in a game, you might be a little bit like, what's going on here? But otherwise, I feel at least somewhat decent about it. It gets our idea across. Same on this side. The attention to detail, that's where it counts. There we go. We'll take that. We'll bring it back to our normal thing. And now we got to go ahead and fill this. So, what are we filling this thing with? We need to get back to the array modifier. And this is where we're going to have a lot of trouble. I don't really get how I'm going to do this. Right? So there's the offset that we want. We want it to do that. But we also want it to go around the empty. Now that I'm thinking about it. Hold on. Hold on. Have I done something bad here? No, there's no rotation on this thing. So the empty doesn't have any rotation. What on earth? I've goofed it up somehow. I can't for the life of me figure out what's going on here. I'm thinking, okay, let's start naming things just to make our lives a little bit easier. Inner brace, outer brace, fin. Okay, so fin should be attached to inner brace. Why is it freaking out? This I can't understand. Because theoretically, it should just go around it, right? How very strange. I mean, I'd be like a lunatic if I just kept trying to do this and it doesn't work. But I'm sort of like, I am a lunatic. This has to work. How does this not work? I also don't know why you can't rotate. The only way to rotate is to use object offset. So like 100% we have to do an object offset. So I'll add another empty. We'll go back to this guy. What on earth? Isn't that so strange? Why does it do that? Okay, well, I think we can go ahead and just do some... Oh, hold on. Ooh, that might have solved it. Putting the geometry at the center of the world. No, it doesn't like that. So if I grab you and instead... Well, first off, let's get rid of that. Set origin to geometry. What on earth? Okay, well, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to do this. I think we're going to have to do it manually. This doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why we would do it manually. What? This doesn't make any sense either. But I would like to flip it, please. Man, nothing is easy today. Okay. Oh, well, I suppose we're going to do this all manually. X. All of this shouldn't be off at all. Oh, I have a brilliant idea. Oh, I have such a brilliant idea. Here we go. Negative 0.6. We're just going to do 12.5. I'm going to simplify all of this because check me out. I'm going to just really simplify it for ourselves. Okay, so they're identical. So if I grab them and I keep duplicating them, nope. There we go. Yep. And I want to duplicate linked. Duplicate linked. Duplicate linked. And duplicate linked. Okay. Check it out. We're going to label them appropriately. because I don't want to mess anything else up. We probably need a lot more than this. But, you know, I've done worse in my life. Okay. We have this. What are we going to do with it? Oh, glad you asked. We're going to divide 360 by 6. Very simple. That comes out to 60. Wait. I just want both of you. Yes. And I need you all to rotate by 60. I'm not sure if it's Y or Z. Why is it only rotating 1? Oh no. Okay, new thought. Let's make a sphere directly in the center. I'm going to call this A, just so it's up here at the top, so I can see it while I'm working. We're going to grab A, and we're going to grab fin number 2. We're going to rotate. Why is it? What? This does not want to work any kind of way that I want it to work. I wanted it to rotate around fin A. Okay. We're problem solving, right? We're going to set origin to 3D cursor. This is going to get arduous, but... What? What's happening? All right. Let's redo everything. Why did it spaz out? What is happening? What on earth is all this? Okay. Delete. You. Set origin to 3D cursor. Correct. Now, I will grab you and we will start making copies. I'm going to name them for the sake of my own sanity, which is very quickly deteriorating. This is all because the array modifier doesn't want to work for us. And I'm well aware that it's because of my own incompetence. Like, we're okay there. I get it. It is 100% my fault. And I can live with that. I can genuinely live with that. Okay, so it's Z. And I believe it's going to work. Look at that. Look at it. So we'll just go down the line. Best yet, they are linked objects. So we should be alleviated on our worldly problems now. Boom. Look at that. Now, them being hexagonal, and by that I mean having 6 of them, is that what we really want? Or do I want 8? 6 looks a little bit more mystical to me, and the place that we're going to be putting this is going to be kind of mystical, so let's keep it mystical. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so what comes next? We have certainly done a lot to get here. There is one more ring. Right in the dead of center. Right about there. And then there's going to be some cords connecting all of these pieces together. There's actually 2 cords each. Which that will be interesting. I have a different way of doing it, I think. I think we'll go ahead and do that part first. Okay. So let's make oh, how do we want to do this? This is going to get a little tough. You know what? We're not going to do it the way that I thought we were going to do it. It's going to be way too weird and complicated. There's no reason to do it that way. So instead, let's go this way. And we're going to have kind of a repeat of our last little instance right here. Check this out. We're going to make a little tube. It can be pretty thin. It doesn't matter. It does matter from an engineering standpoint, but at this point in my career, I'm willing to say, you know, quote unquote magic, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I hate when other people use the excuse, but do as I say, not as I do. It's going to be coming up on 3 months of me 3D modeling here, so I'm sort of passing out of the territory of saying, hey, I'm an amateur, but I'm also like, most people have been going quite a bit longer than me. Man, actually, dare I say, let's put it at 0. Why do twice the work when we do half the work? You know? Look at that. I'm tempted to try and break the rule of 6s and put like 4 or 8 of these things, but I don't think that's like very aesthetic. So even if it is sort of proper, we're not going to do that. And second verse, same as the first. We're going to call this support 1, support 2, and support 3. Okay, so how are we doing this? Support 2 can have a Z rotation of 60. And support 3 can have a Z rotation of 120. We have officially done it. They all shade smooth because they're all related. That is perfect. Everything is perfect. Bada boom. So now we need like a bearing or whatever to hold this thing in place. This is where things get pretty weird pretty quick. Now, the way it looks in practice is not exactly how I think I want to do this. So let's do it a little bit of a different way. I still have a good idea of how we're gonna do this, but what we want to do is put a cylinder into this thing. I'm actually having a little bit of trouble imagining the geometry here. Yep, okay, we're gonna get rid of you. We're gonna make a cylinder. You'll be fine. We can just put you down there. Then we're gonna make another cylinder. Put it on top and make it way smaller. Way, way smaller. Come on. Having a little bit of trouble getting this thing on there. There we go. Looks like some Lincoln logs. That'll do. And then we're going to put one more cylinder on here, but I'm going to try and break it if I can. 6. Yep. Perfect hexagon. Get a real small. Get a really, really small. Come on. That looks good. That looks about right to me. We're going to do some weird beveling to this in just a second. And then we have to make another cylinder. Lots of cylinders today. This one should be pretty high res. Again, it'll be small. It'll be even smaller than that. There we go. And we'll bring it down here. Come on. There we go. We are to here. And then we want to make a screw out of this thing. So I think we're going to want to do two things to this first. Let's inset a face on its surface. Just like that. And we'll raise that face on up. And then we'll go ahead and grab all of these faces. Come on. Except for you two. And we'll shrink you all down just a little bit. Thinking this should work. Just enough. Okay, and now I should be able to screw this thing, right? No, chill out. Just one, just you. And we'll grab you and we'll make a screw. What? Why does it look like this? What is happening? That doesn't look like a screw to me. Okay, well, that was very weird. Might have been better if we just used like a square, now that I'm thinking about it. But a different way to do it is a simple deform. There we go. Perfect. And 360. Oh, that doesn't work. Let's try something. A little fun experiment. And by fun, I don't know what I mean by fun. Let's make a screw out of you. Why is it insane looking? Why does it look absolutely crazy? What is this? In what world is this how it's supposed to work? This is bizarro. Why did it do this? This looks crazy. Okay, well, different thought here. Let's see if I have enough steps to get back. Yep, I do. Instead, we'll go ahead and do this. We'll subdivide it a whole bunch of times. Let's do 20. 20 is fine. And then we'll pull out one on either end using orthographic here. We'll pull you out how much? 0.005. Same thing for you. Negative 0.005. And then we'll grab the whole thing. This is quite destructive. There we go. Oh, this isn't going to work. This isn't what I thought it was going to do. I don't get screw. Screw is very weird. I wonder if it's trying to do it on the outside or the inside rather than the outside. I remember using the screw modifier and thinking it was fine. It worked just fine for me. So I don't know what changed. Honestly, this might work. Let's just take it for what it is. Is this too much work for what I'm actually doing? Probably. This is probably a little bit more than I needed to worry about. But, oh well. Just kind of my way. I'll stick to 180. I like 180. And we'll say that's it. Cool. There's a lot more that I need to be doing. So let's kind of put the pedal to the metal real quick. First is you. This can be applied. This guy. You need a Boolean. What is this called? Cylinder 3. You will be called screw. We'll call you nut. We'll call you bearing, and we will call you, I don't even know what you want to call this thing. I'll call it mechanical. I don't exactly know what that means yet, but we'll take it. You need the difference of the screw And we can go ahead and hit apply. I feel pretty comfortable it probably worked. It did. Ooh, it even made that nice little ridge right there. And now we will grab you and put you in edit mode. We're doing edge detection, which is great. Oh, what is going on? Let's get rid of the screw real quick. Why is it doing that? Just get rid of those two, I guess. We'll take you and you, you. And you're all gonna get a really nice bevel. That's not a bevel. Look at that. Oh, this is gonna be great. If I clamp overlap, we're at max, yep. And then just add some segments to this. Probably don't need to go too crazy. We'll stick to 4, that works for me. Shade smooth. Oh, look at it. And now we got a little bit of a sink on the side here just to kind of sell the idea that they're not perfect. This could use some work, but it is what it is for now. Okay, back to the reference image. We got half an hour. Let's make this work. Now, for whatever reason, the back part of this is sideways on all of my reference images. It's like here instead of being back behind it. I don't get that. I don't get why that would be. So I guess I hate to ruin the work of other people, but I'm pretty sure I have to do what makes logical sense to me. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and make the fin around the back. So first things first. This is a mess. This mesh is a giant mess. Let's make a new collection. We'll just call you 2 for now because I don't know what else to call you. What I want to be doing is I want to grab it all and flip her up. Just negative 90 degrees. Okay, now I got a working little mesh here. Look at that. Now we'll do the fin. Our camera is going to be getting in the way, so let's just get rid of that. First things first, we'll get started on you. Bring you down. Make you small. Actually, it was just about the right size. That'll do. Just put all the Lincoln logs together, make sure they click into place. Get that patented Lego click. And we're smooth sailing. Okay. It's looking like it's just a couple of beams coming off of this bad boy. I have a hard time believing that it's just a couple of beams. Let's do 1 for now. We'll just stick to 1 little beam. So I got a cylinder. Lots and lots of cylinders today. Oh, not what I wanted. We want to scale it real small down. Make a little wooden stick, basically. Come on. Real small. And we'll flip it on its side. Come on. Flip it right here. Push it back to where it belongs. This center box thing, I'm going to have to reconsider at some point. I'm not even sure if it makes sense to have this box like this. There's certainly a lot to think about. I'll have to do some research on like how older societies made turbines work. I kind of like it being in the center here. That's not terrible. Yeah, there's something about this little tube part that's very weird to me. I'm not sure. We'll come back to it. I mean, we'll have to come back to it, so there's no worries yet. Okay, so we got this with quite a bit of a lead up. And then we have a flag, like a sort of weird finny flag looking thing. To me, if I'm to try and extrapolate the shapes that I've made, we're gonna want something to the effect of... Actually, let's grab a fin. No. Terrible idea. What am I doing? Start from scratch. Always start from scratch. Okay, we got this guy. Yeah, okay, I know how I'm gonna make this work. I got it. I got it. Don't even doubt me. And we just need a really thin little flag. Okay, so it comes up quite a bit. Immediately, I'm gonna grab this thing and we're gonna do some weird stuff to it. First things first, we're just gonna grab it and we're gonna go for this. This could be a bad idea, but so is everything we ever do. There we go. Yeah, I immediately kind of regret doing that. Let's grab this part and turn it into the shape we want. Yes. Now, the design language that I've been using, it would be perfect to make like a half circle here. Like a crescent would go down so well. So I think we're gonna beeline it to that. Oh, now I'm starting to think maybe I was right to put it here. Okay, well, now that I'm thinking about this, here we go. Nope, nope, nope. Chill, chill, chill. We'll subdivide it. Do a couple of those. Kind of getting a little hasty all of a sudden. I'm not sure what's gotten into me. I had a country club sub and it just messed me up, apparently. Dare I say that we're going to try the same thing as before? Dare I say it? I mean, we're going to do it. We going to regret everything? Very possible. I just want the one. There we go. Very possible we'll regret everything. Okay. We want sphere. Yeah. So we're just gonna walk our way down. Like 1.1. 1.2. I don't know about it. Didn't really work for me. Not with how few subdivisions we had, at least. How do we want to do this? Let's try doing this one more time. If I subdivide this like 50 times, right? That's ridiculous. I shouldn't have done that, but that's what we did. And if I take the bottom part of it, whoa, we're freaking out on our camera. If I take this and push that in and proportional edit it as a sphere, can I anchor a point? We really need to fix this. Let's get rid of all of that. There we go. Now we can zoom a little bit more simple. Can I lock this so that it doesn't move? Edge. I don't think I can lock it. I would love to do that. If I could lock it and keep it from being proportionally edited, that would be super cool for us. Okay, we can't. So a different thought I have now. Oh, much different thought. Much different thought. I got a new idea. We're going to do this. And we will grab this face. And we'll subdivide this bad boy by like 50 times. That is too many subdivisions. What have I done? Right, is that correct? 50. So if first off, I take it and just move all this down. Right. And then I grab just the center, which will be these two. And I pull them way up. And we proportion it. And we do a sphere. Are we looking at the correct thing now? What about 0.9? What if we lower it? Oh, that's not what I wanted. I mean, it's a little, like, lame looking, but I think it gets the job done. Now, if we grab the whole thing and we shear it back. Right. And then we scale it way up. Right. Then we're in business. That's close enough for me. I mean, again, an engineer, I think, would have a problem with this. There's certainly a lot wrong here. But this works. This does what it's supposed to do. So now we gotta sit and model it. Or, I mean, material it. Model material. Get lost in my head a lot. And now we're asking ourselves, what is going on? I have a little bit of trouble with this step. This step is concerning. For the project that we're going to be working on soon, I don't know if the material part is super going to matter right now. Oh, also, let me fix this one part. Where is our parent fin? Parent fin is right here. We're going to go ahead and give you a Boolean. And you're going to get the outer brace. Right. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. Oh, it didn't even work. Hold on. There you are. Let's give you a Boolean for the outer brace. Kind of broke our mesh a little bit. That's okay, we can make that work. If not, we'll go back. It says I can't hit apply. Oh, it still goofed up. Why can't we hit apply? Something weird happened. I've done something wrong. Fin 1. I guess we'll do it to all of them. Boolean. Outer brace. Oh. We just can't. So once again, I think I'll have to do it manually. I'm not super pleased with that. Oh, there's no way. It's gonna have to stay. In the amount of time that we have left, there's no way we can't fix that. Okay, so to shaders. Let's make sure we have the correct HDRI. I don't know what that word that just came out of my mouth was, but we'll take it. We'll use our very typical sunny day. And now we will start with the fins. So. The fins are wood. They're gonna be... Oh, and it applies to all of them. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. So it is gonna be a diffuse. Actually, it might be a little bit of a glossy. Let's do a glossy. Glossy boy. And then I'm gonna do 2 textures on it. First is going to be a wave texture. There we go. It's probably better if it's on the y-axis. Yep, just like that. Scale's gonna get larger, distortion's gonna get huge. Actually, scale might go down just a little bit. There we go. Detail needs to go up. I basically need much harder lines between this. Let's say 0.8 will do. Now I can lower the actual scale. Distortion can go down a little bit as well. Oh, wait, what? Not sure I totally get what's going on here. We'll take it. And then on top of that, we're going to want to... Oh, this is going to be a little tough. How are we going to do this? So here's my idea. I want to try and fill these black bits with like moss in certain areas. So here's how I think I want to solve it. We're going to do a Musgrave. And then I'm going to make a color ramp between our two colors of wood. We do this all the time, and it's always kind of a bit terrible, so... Sorry. I don't have any other way to do it right now. That'll be fine. I think we can lower the saturation on this guy just a little bit. Make it just a little bit darker. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it'll have to do. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. The alpha for this goes into the Musgrave. What does that look like? Is that anything? No, it's not. So how are we gonna solve this? Well, I think the blunt force approach is just to do a standard Musgrave into a color ramp. So I'll throw both of those up here. And then we're going to use an add shader. I think the add's going to work the other way around. Okay, and one end will be green. Oh, that was not a smart idea. We want to add the RGBs. There we go. I think the alpha can actually go into that factor. That should help us quite a little bit. Okay, so we'll do a really dark green. And we'll do very little of it. Is that the exact same for everyone? It looks like it's identical. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna grab, where is it? Object info? Yeah. We'll plug our random into it. Random will go into scale or detail. As much random as I can get would be nice. Scale can be undone. And we'll do a little bit more green. There we go. That is a 5-minute blunt force approach to doing moss growing on things. Is it my favorite thing in the world? No. But it'll do. You're going to get the same one. We're going to call this material mossy wood. As this sketch gets more detailed in the coming weeks, we're going to have to keep track of those. So we're just going to be a little bit careful about it. Now, what is this made out of? This one I have trouble with. I'm inclined just to do metal. And so for the time being, we'll just do metal. I have literally 5 minutes. Might as well go crazy. So we'll just put in a little bit of nice basic metal. Come here. Just like a 0.8. And we'll give it a roughness of like 3. So everything else, no. Everything else should get the exact same material. This block right here, I would like to separate. And this I would like to separate as well. So let's go ahead and make the block. Block is going to be a glossy... Where are you? There you are. It's going to be a glossy sort of like... I'm not sure yet. It's basically plastic is what we're making. And we'll give it like a 0.7. You'll be the exact same thing because theoretically in my mind they are the same material. We'll call you cyan plastic. We'll call you metal. You can be the metal as well. And then this one, it's going to start as metal, but we're going to break it in its own. We're going to call you rust. And your color is going to go back and forth between a few different things. Color ramp. Going to go in here. Roughness is going to go in here. And you're going to have a noise. Where are we at? Noise. Okay, so one end of you will be the 0.8 brilliant metal. And the other end of you will be this rust gross sort of thing. Why does it look so strange? It's not holding its roughness the way that I kind of wanted it to. What if the roughness is controlled by this factor? Oh, there we go. Yeah. That works. And now I think we're safe to shade it flat. It'll do. And now we can properly give it some rust. And for my own sanity, I'm going to shade it smooth. There we go. So we've done a very quick, weird wind turbine. Was this the most efficient hour and a half of our lives? I'm not going to say yes. Certainly we like pulled through at the end. But this is part of a bigger whole. So eventually this is going to get crazier and crazier and crazier. So if I do a little bit of edits offline, forgive me. There's going to be a lot of work for us to do moving forward. So this is just step number 1. So yeah. We're going to take a quick little break as per the norm. And I'm going to be back with a brand new game. Wuppo. W-U-P-P-O. One of my favorite games of all time. And we'll have a little break and play some games. So I will see you all in just a second.